straight, on the angle, and we're just gonna keep it straight. What's going on, guys? This is Burrs. I'm gonna talk to you about my SPR build. You've seen this have many different variations over the years. You've seen parts come and go. I currently have it at a place where I really like the setup. I'm really happy with it as far as weight, performance. I mean, this thing's always performed, but you know, as far as everything goes, comfort, with finding a stock that I really enjoy, a nice good grip here, and let's talk about all the parts that are currently on it moving forward. I always have people asking me exactly what parts I'm using, where I got them, you know, what they are, how they're working. They might see something in a video that I haven't talked about yet, and I'll say, hey, I see you have that bipod on the front here. What is that? Where's that from? Etc. So let's go over everything, give you guys a quick rundown. So let's start at the rear here. We have a B5 Systems Bravo stock. It's the same stock as the Enhanced for the most part, just minus it doesn't have the storage capabilities, and I just did a video on that. So it's a little bit narrower, and definitely weighs a little bit less. I think it's 3/4 pounds less. Solid stock. People ask why I have this SOB Tactical, the Sheriff of Baghdad Tactical band right here. I use that so I can stuff my sling up in here, keep it out of the way while it's stored. It's just a real, quick and easy way to keep your sling out of the way. As we come back to the buffer tube, this is an ALG Defense. This is that true Milspec buffer tube. Really have enjoyed it, and I had no problems, and it locks up exceptionally well in all the areas, and there's no play whatsoever between the stock and the buffer tube. As we move down the line here, we'll start getting into some of the upper parts here. So here we have an AXTS. This is their Raptor charging handle. Really like that. It's an ambi charging handle, and the way they have the left hand side set up is a little bit larger than the right hand side. Sorry, the right hand side is a little bit bigger than the left hand side, just due to the fact that you have a little bit more parts and areas to get into, so you can charge if you have to use secondary if you're a righty. You can see on the top here we got a scope. This is the SWFA Super Sniper 3x9 scope. I've been using this for a while now, and I really enjoy it. I've had some more expensive scopes I've used, and I've had some around the same price range, and I really like this scope a lot. The turrets and everything are just, everything's spot on, and I really like the way that it feels and performs, and I do have a video review on that if you're interested. It's mounted on here with a Badger Ordnance. This is a Recon UniMount. I really like that as well. I did have a lighter weight version on here, not a version of this, but I had an Aero Precision. It was definitely a lighter weight. I had no problems with it, but I wanted to beef that up a little bit, just for long term and final setup of the rifle at this point. The one thing I have done is I put another SOB Tactical band on the power knob there. Just gets me to go through the power settings a little bit quicker and roll them over just a little bit quicker to get to higher, lower, wherever I am, and it seemed to work really well. It's all sitting on a VLTOR MUR Upper. Did a review on that if you're interested. And then on the bottom here, the lower is a Bean Firearms Billet lower with their lower billet parts kit and trigger. And this trigger is super crisp. It's a drop-in trigger that Bean makes, and I've had no issues whatsoever. It's very, very exact. I mean, I get repetitive results with no issues whatsoever. There's no inconsistencies in the trigger pull from the first pull of the trigger when I first built this to the 3000th one a few weeks ago. On the inside I have a National Match bolt from Young Manufacturing. It's chrome plated. A lot of people will say, oh my god, it's not any of the most frequent or the most used modern technologies. Chrome's perfectly fine. I've had no issues. Lube it up, throw it in there, and go. I've had no issues with it whatsoever. Really like it, and I have done a review on that as well. Moving up to the front here, you can see I have an RMR. I did have that back here, been using it back and forth. I put it up front here a little bit further just because I can pick up the sight quicker than having it down here or on the back here. So that's just for up close, no magnification kind of stuff. This is set up for 3x9. I could have it set up maybe at 5 as far as the power goes. So having that real close, usage need, throwing an RMR in here really takes care of that. Moving to the rail here, we have this nice lightweight with the titanium barrel nut 2A Armament MLOK rail. I really like that. You can see all the different areas where they've cut out material to make this super lightweight, and it is. Down here is a grip stop. This is a grip stop K, and this is the skeletonized version. You can get that at gunpoint. On the inside, I have a Nordic Components 18-inch 1-in-8 twist barrel. As far as performance goes, you guys have seen tons of videos and seen the performance. It easily is a 3/4 MOA gun, you know, with the right person behind it, which would be me. With someone better with better skills than me, they can probably drill down even further than that, obviously. I'm not a precision shooter by any means, or the greatest shooter, you know, ever made to mankind. But you know, 3/4 inch groups is what I can attain very regularly. And with that 18-inch barrel, you know, and the billet construction of the upper and lower, and getting all the proper parts, you can really, you know, build a real nice rifle. Down here we got an Inforce light. This is kind of optional. I threw it on here just because I got a momentary one that I put on my other Battle Blaster. So this one, which is not a momentary only, I threw on here. It doesn't get in the way of the scope, so it's really not a big deal as far as anything goes, you know, technically. So if I don't want it on there, I can take it off, but it's nice to have a light on your gun, just in case. And you can take it off real easy. If you know anything about these Inforce lights, they pop right off. So it's not a big deal having it on there right now. So as we come down to the end here, you can see I have a GG&G bipod, which is mounted on a Kinetic Development Group Connect mount. I didn't get the long one, which I need because of how this sits in here, kind of dovetails in. So I can't use it in a quick manner just because I don't have the right size one, and that's my fault. But that Kinetic Development Group mount, you just basically push the two wings on the end and pop it off. So once I get the right length one that'll show on both sides, then I'll be able to use my bipod in a quick manner. On the end here, as far as the muzzle device goes, this is a severe duty compensator from Precision Armament. Really been impressed with this. You know, it's everything that you'd hope for in an SPR muzzle device, as far as keeping everything flat. And you know, I've used other ones in the past, like the Ares Armor F&A, and you know, I really like this one. Plus also it looks pretty badass, which, you know, you can't have anything if it doesn't look badass, right? Not. So like I said, you guys have seen the performance of this rifle. A bunch of people have shot it already when I hit the range, and different people see it and they want to take it for a ride, so to speak. Let them do that. Everyone seems to like it. It's never let me down. I never had any malfunctions, and that's what happens when you buy quality. A lot of people will kind of cry about price of things, but like I said over and over again in the past, I'd rather spend a ton of money on the absolute best parts possible one time and have one absolutely reliable rifle than, you know, 5 crappy rifles, and you might be questioning yourself when something happens and you got to defend your life with your gun or whatever, and you hear a click instead of a bang. Make sure you buy quality the first time and you won't be let down. So if you guys have any questions or anything on this build, or any builds you guys are doing that, you know, are based off of this and what my experience is with the parts I've used, go ahead and put it in the comments down below. If you guys have any of these parts or worked with any of these companies, go ahead and tell us what you think of your experience also down in the comments, or better yet, make a video about it. And until next time, their Connect pick rail, it's like their quick release quick rail. God, I can't talk.